Alright, here we go. Let's do the Scotch, of course. I feel like he's not going to take, just because he's going to think I have something prepared. Yep. Now I have no idea what you do in this situation, so I'm going to need to add this to my opening study. Alright, let's just go ahead and develop. Actually, I kind of like taking myself here. Yeah, let's develop this knight. Now I'm threatening to take, because if he recaptures, oh well. Now I'm definitely going to take. Let's develop the bishop now. Don't think this knight is threatening anything. I want him to take here. He's not going to do that, but I want to get this pawn out of the way and then pin the knight to the king. I think there's some tactics here. Takes, king takes, queen comes up here, and then I'm hitting this knight. That looks good. And I know that's pretty thematic for the Scotch, so what the hell, let's just go for it. Even though I didn't actually play the Scotch because he didn't go into my opening. But I think this is going to work. I am a little scared about him doing something similar to me after this combination. How do I get this arrow away? Oh. I don't think it works for him to do that, though. Alright, let's just quickly check, see if I have anything better than taking the knight. I don't think so, so we're just going to take it. Now we're just up a pawn, and his king is maybe a little bit weak without his f7 pawn. My queen is a little bit awkwardly placed, but I think it's okay right now. I think immediate goal should be castle, and then develop my queen side. Probably develop the bishop here, that way I get it with tempo on the queen. Interesting. What is he going for with that move? I don't understand that at all. Okay, I think I am going to play this move here because he has to bring back either his knight or his bishop in order to not lose his queen. So I think this is good. Of course I'm defended by the knight. Yep. Okay, now let's go ahead and castle, just so I'm not worried about it anymore. It's an interesting move. I could take en passant. If I take with my queen, then he just takes with his queen, so that's stupid. Yeah, let's go ahead and take en passant. He's gonna then recapture the pawn, maybe? Pawn or the queen? We'll see which one he goes for. I like, now I've got this, which is really nice, and I can bring the rook over on the queen. Okay. So I don't think he's threatening anything. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring, let's play rook e1. Now his queen is tied down to that knight. In fact, I can take the knight on my next move with the bishop. I think I gotta, my last thing is to bring my knight out, connect my rooks, and then I think I'll be doing very well in this situation. Okay, that's an interesting move. I guess that was the point of this pawn push, but doesn't that just allow me to take here? He can take here, but then I can take this with check. So I don't think that that works for him. Yeah, let's go ahead and take, whoops, let's take this pawn. See what he does now. His knight is still pinned. I guess he could castle, but then I can just take the knight. My queen is a little bit in danger, yeah. Okay, I gotta be careful here because I think his queen sees these squares in this square. This is defended. I think I need to drop my queen back or I'm gonna be in some serious trouble. If he plays rook b8, I could take here and give a check. That seems pretty strong, actually. Although it potentially opens me up to a back rank. So wait, let's think here. If I go here and he takes, then I just get his queen, so he's not going to do that. He has to go to the back rank with his king. And then I can take the rook with check. This is a very tense position. If I make a mistake calculating, I'm going to lose in like 1 or 2 moves. I needed to bring this knight out, but I never got around to it. Well, we'll see. One of us is losing in like the next 2 moves. Oh, he does go for the... He drops the queen. I mean, obviously he's going to take with the bishop, right? He takes with the king. That's a mistake, right? Because I can just take this pawn and then I'm forking the bishop. Let's see where he goes before I do anything else. Now I need to be careful about back rank mate, but at any point I can just develop this knight and then the rook will be guarding my back rank. So as long as I don't get my queen, and I take this with tempo because he's still in check, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, this is just absolutely crushing right now. All right, next move is to bring the knight out, unless he attacks my queen in some way. I feel like this almost blunders right here and fork again, but you can just move the king back, right? So I don't think that really does anything. Let's bring the knight out. And then I'll make some luft for my king, and I'll be in fantastic shape as long as I don't somehow blunder losing my queen. Oh, he sent, I forgot that was a thing. I didn't notice. I wonder when he forgot. Okay, so what's he trying to set up here? Some sort of discovery with the bishop? And then on the back rank? I like the idea of queen c7 because it pins the bishop and then his rook also can't move. So let's go ahead and play that. And then if I play rook d1, then I'm threatening to take the bishop, which is nice. I could also fork with my knight, but I don't think that works as well. Interesting. What is the point of that? Is he trying to get here? Let's go ahead and play rook d1. He still can't move the bishop. If he moves the rook, then I can just take the bishop. And then this will allow me to take, and we're in good shape. Even if he plays king here, then I can still take, and we're just looking fantastic there. Let's go ahead. He tries to do something weird like bring this here, then I can play this. And there's probably some sort of checkmate there. Yeah. And if he doesn't take, then I'm just going to take. Okay. So he goes there, but there's no threat because I'm defending the square. But let's go ahead and make some luft for my king anyways. I'll just go h3. No need to get too committal with it. And then I can take this pawn and then just start making a new queen. Interesting. Well, now I can force a rook trade with this move. So let's go ahead and do that. So only legal move is... Oh, I was like, how's that not checkmate? All right, well, that was a good game. Let's play the rematch here. I think he's gonna go d4. Maybe. Yep. I still don't really know what to do against this. I need to, so this is something I definitely need to look at. Yeah, the Queen's Gambit. I guess I'll go with the Queen's Gambit declined. I think there's a counter gambit that I could have done. I am going to want to play that move eventually anyways. Probably right now I want to play it, right? And then my bishop can develop. Okay, well if he's not going to take, I'll just develop my knight. He's clearly fianchettoing his bishop. It's very similar to our previous game a couple days ago. I don't think there's any reason to relieve that tension yet, so we'll just keep the tension and develop my other knight. Maybe I fianchetto my own bishop. That could be interesting. I do like the idea of taking. He takes back, and then I push, and I have a nice center. That seems good. Let's go for that. This pawn might be a little weak actually, so maybe this wasn't the greatest. Because I'll have 1, 2, 3 defenders. So I'll have to develop my bishop here. This is very similar to our game from 2 days ago, but I don't remember well enough. What if I took here? I don't think that really helps in any way. It is a free pawn. But no, because then he can just play here, and I have to take. And then he takes and wins my rook, which is not, it's not what you want. Let's go ahead and push, let's push the pawn, see what happens. He might still take, but then taking here does not open his bishop up in the same way. All right, so 2 priorities. Oh, yep, he does take. Now, do I have any in-between move? I don't think so. Let's just go ahead and recapture. I like my center, actually. It's pretty solid. Maybe I could develop the bishop out here and try and get this pawn. Anyways, things to add to my study list. I gotta look at the Scotch game, what happens if they don't take the pawn and they just develop that knight instead. And I need to decide on an opening for black against d4, because I just have nothing right now. Okay, let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. I have 1, 2, 3 defenders. So I should add another one, which I guess means develop my bishop here. So now if he takes, takes, he can't take again, which is good. I could also potentially play this move, and then the bishop will just be biting on granite. But then he just has this, right? F3, and then what do I do in that position? Okay, interesting. Maybe he sees like something I don't see, like with this check here. I definitely want to develop this bishop soon in castle. At some point I can play rook b1, or rook b8 rather, or rook c8. Okay. So he's pinning my knight, but we can just unpin. It's a bit passive development of my bishops, but perfectly fine with that. I don't want to lose my right to castle. And if I put a piece in front of here, then I'm blundering the pawn, right? So I gotta go for the queen trade. I think this still blunders the pawn actually, because if he takes and I take this way, then I lose two defenders and he can just take here. Damn. I could take with my king in order to not lose that pawn. I don't super like that. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's go ahead and take. I think he's going to take this pawn now. He actually takes that. Interesting. I was about to play this, but that blunders my rook. So I'm gonna take, and then he's gonna take here. Is there no in-between move that I can use? No, I don't think so. Damn. Well, I'm pawn down now. He's also threatening to take my bishop. And he's threatening to go there with the check. Let's just castle. That was stupid. That was dumb as fuck. Well. Okay. Let's see what I can make happen in this position. So, what's the damage control here? Should get my bishop onto a safe square. He's going to double up his rooks, so I should hide my king. protecting this square with my bishop, which is nice. I don't want him to infiltrate. Do I want to take this? That triples up my pawns, and he's just going to recapture. Maybe I'd let him take, and then that undoubles those 2 pawns. So let's go rook c8. Now my bishop protects my rook, and depending on what he does with his rooks, I could get into his 7th rank perhaps. It's definitely not looking good though. Okay, well I can come up and threaten that pawn. Maybe I could also try and win on time the way he did in our first game a couple days ago. That was his idea. I should have seen that. But I think this is fine still. I can just drop the bishop back. Need to be more careful now. Huh. Interesting. I'm not, like, am I supposed to be worried about that? I really just don't see. I guess he's planning on coming up, going back to d7. Then I'm just going to take this pawn though. I'll have a passer, which is nice. I need him to keep not using his other rook, because right now he's the one playing down a piece, even though he's up in exchange. Okay, I think it's safe for me to take this. Not sure what he's planning on doing next, but I'm going to try and take this. Okay. Interesting. What is he attempting to do? I don't know. Let's just drop back and take the pawn. And then this seems like a good spot for my bishop. It's, I guess he's wanting to push this pawn. But I could just take it right now, right? Let's, I don't want to make like a super committal move. I want to see if he pushes that pawn. Let's just go here and see what happens. Okay. Expected that. I don't want to trade. So let's go here. Let's just drop the bishop back, I guess. He's going to move his king, and then he's attacking this pawn, but I'll just move my king back here. He moves the king there. Damn, it really feels like I should have some sort of fork. Where's he going with this king? I don't understand. Like, he can't push it forward. Let's play h5. So if I can play h4 and he takes or pushes, then I can play here, get the skewer, win the rook. It's kind of far-fetched, but it might happen. Yep. Now it's not going to happen. Okay, so now he's attacking this pawn. So let's come here and defend it. Well, that's an issue, for sure. Let's give this check. See where he goes. Okay, that's good for me. The skewer might still be possible. Less possible now though, because his king is right next to it. I needed his king down one like it was before. However, I can take. Now I'm threatening this. I have to give up that pawn. It's not the end of the world yet. Okay. Let's drop down, try and get here, and then push this pawn. Let's actually play here first. What is he going for? Just gonna keep pushing. I don't really have time to think about it. Doesn't this just blunder the pawn with the check? I don't understand what the goal was there. Whew, look how little time there is. This is intense. All right, what's he gonna do? He's gonna take the rook. He's gonna take the bishop. Interesting. Oh, my pawn guards this square too. That's clutch as fuck. Let's go, boys. That was close. 8 seconds. Damn.